JaZaR is just... I would be terrified to run into JaZaR in bracket. Just seeing one of if not the best Dr. Mario players in the world in your bracket path, that is just terrifying incarnate. And though Mr. E, a very, very seasoned competitor, will have just that mental fortitude to go up against this pillar of low tier dominance.
Well, let's see how the tier gap performs here. Oh, as it starts out with some cojones as classic. You know, that's just classic JaZaR. He does not care about your tier lists. He cares about what's in front of him, and whenever he can land a neutral air, for instance, it will give him a ton of room to work with. But he has been getting parried a couple of times now. I don't think the neutral air is going to be quite as effective, but he does find a second opening! Man, it just keeps on getting cut short. That's the thing with Dr. Mario. He will hit hard, but he won't hit for long. Oh, that's gonna do it though? No, not quite.
Barely not going to do it, but ooh, good swing on that back air from JaZaR. Mr. E was turning around that up B, so it could have been disastrous for JaZaR off stage, but accidentally gets a spot dodge on the shielded get up attack, though a down B is going to take the first stock for JaZaR, putting Mr. E in a 73% deficit right now.
And Mr. E is gonna struggle whenever he can't find a punish like that, but he does get the foresight punish into the down B. And now JaZaR, he does find his way back on stage quite often, though. That's the thing with him. I think Ducks generally struggled first and foremost with recovery. It is a very meager one, but JaZaR has become a master of it. And look at this. He is so comfortable playing near the edge that it really makes no difference to him where he is. But Mr. E does find a solid hit with the up B from Pyra, but it's not quite enough to take him out of there. And JaZaR controls the stage so much, it's like there's no sword between him and Pyra Mythra.
JaZaR has put on so much chip already that it almost looks like another stock. 115%. A high up B from Mr. E is going to allow him to make it back to stage, and JaZaR is now in the corner and gets scooped by that up smash, putting Mr. E on the board. However, you took 115% in the process of taking one stock. Gets a down throw, though, could be a big opening. Another neutral air, and the last hit of neutral B connecting. Now JaZaR once again in a ledge trapping situation. That down in there, so scary, but the neutral B is going to be punished every day of the week. Forward aerial coming out from JaZaR.
Yeah, but very tough situation there for Mr. E. He definitely gambled a lot, and JaZaR saw the opening. He will hit those forwarders whenever you give him the opening, but generally it's not a move that he goes for too often. Like, he knows it's going to get punished if it whiffs. And in general, Docs would go for that as a kill confirm, but JaZaR has gone so creative that he usually finds those with maybe back here, down B, things like that. Even up here, near the edge might work as a kill confirm. This is for sure a back throw, gonna set up for another edge guard, and there's the down B that I was talking about. Not quite untackable though. Mr. E is going to make it back.
Good grab from Mr. E, sending JaZaR off stage now, and he makes it back. The roll through into down B. JaZaR taking game one quite efficiently and quite strongly. A 2 stock.
A very solid start for JaZaR, and if he is trying to make it into top 8, I suggest the speed does not drop down. It is going to be an FD matchup now, though. Oof, I don't think we've seen FD in our entire blog, at least. It probably has come through as a counterpick throughout the day on the stream, but I think it's quite possibly the least selected stage in the tournament, if you ask me. Of course, top 1 being PS2. But we do see some Town and City International sprinkled here and there, maybe even some Hollow Bastion. FD is a lot rarer, but here we go. Mr. E trying to play all his cards to force JaZaR into the one-on-one fights versus the sword. And at least at first he does win it, but it's complicated though.
This is the classic stage for the competitive players. Falco 1v1 on FD, the Melee Classic. We're going to be seeing it here. I want to scrap. I'm not going to deal with any of your platform cheese. And JaZaR says, I will scrap any day of the week. Up air, sending him off stage, and the pill sealing it as JaZaR takes the first stock expeditiously.
just gonna take a little bit longer for Mythra to find those edge guards, I guess. He is generally not too eager to leave the station. You saw that JaZaR was finding the confirm with just a pill, forcing him ever so slightly back, and then not being able to carry the whole distance. Oh, and it started raining here in my house, so let's hope I can finish this one, because JaZaR is looking like he's got bigger plans here. Mythra is just another step on the ladder to top 8, and there's the beginning of the new combos, but generally not a huge string. Like I said, he hits hard, but he does not hit for long.
Foresight into down smash, just barely not connecting. JaZaR avoiding it by a hair's breadth, but back airing into the up smash will lose you a stock. JaZaR finally losing that stock, but getting an up air into a grab into up B, going to rack up a good bit of percent. Mr. E's usage of this Mythra has not been going too well for on the side of Mr. E. The Mythra has been throwing out these good options, but JaZaR has been doing so well at finding his way in and walling out Mr. E and using these, I can't say superior hitboxes because it's Dr. Mario that we're talking about, but it seems like this superior gameplay right now is coming out from JaZaR, 163% and climbing.
Not having that hard of a time escaping combos, but here he does eat up a lot of damage. Oh no! Well, how many times have we said it here? It's all about landing safely, and once again, JaZaR is going to lose his stock after an unsafe landing, but he did go for a few neutral airs trying to trade with Pyra and Mythra. Not generally finding success, but it is an option. He does find the stock now, and it's back to even in that sense, but the percent racks up a little bit. He rolls into Mr. E's attacks as well, and Mr. E is enjoying a lead for at least a little bit, as JaZaR does not find an easy opening until now. Does he get it? Oh, goodness! Mr. E! So lucky sometimes.
Great stuff. Mr. E, this game too, has definitely been playing more safe against JaZaR and has been reading a lot more of JaZar's options. JaZaR has been doing these defensive options that Mr. E has covered every day of the week, and neutral air on shield has not been too safe for JaZaR either. Mr. E finally getting the timing down on that, but a good flaming edge allowing Mr. E to make it back to stage. 150% right now on JaZaR, and a back air out of shield will bring us to 1-1.
So we're back to even, but I can't help but feel that the gameplay itself is not really that even. Like, for as much strength as Mr. E should have with his characters, I think that JaZaR has consistently been able to find his way into Pyra Mythra zone. And like you said, Mythra in particular has been getting super punished by him. So perhaps we're seeing a bit of a shift in focus here from JaZaR. He is consistently getting out of combos this time. Like, Final Destination was not his venue. He definitely wants a platform, and it's going to be Smashville now. Oh, just having a little bit of a exchange there. Where are we headed? Seems like it's not going to be Smashville just yet. Just recapping their bans. I guess JaZaR is going to have a bit of a harder time deciding which stage to go to. Let's just hope it's a legal one, because Coliseum isn't.
Hey, I would love to see some Coliseum gameplay right now, but we will be going back to Final Destination. And JaZaR taking the challenge, as Mr. E wanted to scrap JaZaR, will scrap any day of the week. And going into Game 3, will it go a little bit different? JaZaR was in the lead for a while, but Mr. E found that one Pyra up smash out of shield, so that's all you really need. And all you really need against Dr. Mario is an edge guard, but good stall from JaZaR to not allow Mr. E to get too much off of that edge guard.
It seems that Mr. E on the edge guards, like I mean, I do want to talk about the edge guards a little bit, because Mr. E has generally not been leaving the siege that much. If he starts doing so, I think that JaZaR will have a much harder time. And also, there's that up B hit from Pyra, right? Like, there's a projectile that you can put out to force JaZaR into a different routes, and already it's super limited for Dr. Mario, the routes he can take. If you put a hitbox out there, it should be a nightmare situation. But there you go. I mean, Mythra has now understood where JaZaR really is lacking in options. Be it recovery, or sometimes scrapping in the center of the stage. Like, you still got that range. You still have winning hitboxes versus Dr. Mario. You should not be playing with so much fear in your eyes.
just overcoming that fear against these low tier characters is really the game plan, is really your goal, because these terrible characters like Ganondorf, Dr. Mario, Little Mac, those pillars of the bottom tier they're scary to go up against, but once you realize that this character is bottom tier for a reason, then it becomes a lot more doable. You start realizing where you can start to swing, what you can start to throw out, how you can punish these less than mediocre options.
I mean, a lot of the time, Dr. Mario kind of falls under that tag, you know? It's just, under that label, but guess what? Mr. E getting a little too eager. I was talking about how he should go off stage and start aiming for those stats guards and such, but unfortunately this time it backfires, so don't listen to me, Mr. E. You know what you're doing, and sometimes you just need to switch to Pyra, I guess. I mean, Pyra will have a much better colliding hitbox with whatever Dr. Mario has to throw, so maybe we will see some Pyra going in a little bit further, but nope, seems like he's sticking to plan, just Mythra. No confidence into Pyra right now.
He is very good at those edgeguarding situations, but if JaZaR gets back to stage, how does Pyra keep him out? As right now, Mr. E's game plan has been really revolving around this neutral air, revolving around this F tilt to keep JaZaR at bay. If you lose those fast walling and neutral options, it just feels a lot harder to deal with, but a up B just barely not gonna kill JaZaR. JaZaR hanging on by a thread, 177%, ducking and weaving, finding a pill, looking for something to get started here. Not gonna get it just yet, but an up smash, and JaZaR barely doesn't get a punish and lands into the up smash, losing his second stock.
I mean, I'll give you this. Whenever Pyra is out, I generally see Mr. E lacking a sword. He goes for side B a ton, and that leaves Pyra not wide open. It is quite complicated to catch her, but he does need to give up a lot of stage control because he throws the side B and he whiffs. So that's where JaZaR kind of capitalizes a little bit, but hey, generally, we see Pyra dominating the situation. Oh, but you talked about that neutral B before. We saw a stock being taken away from Mr. E because he went for that move. He insists upon it, and I'm not sure. I guess that's probably the most dangerous option that he's got right now, that he's been consistently going for. And look at that, he's back to Mythra just like that. Even with the percent being so high, he would rather start building it up from the ground up instead of forcing Pyra out. But there's a stock. JaZaR makes this even once again.
The super armor coming out from down B. Cyclone is going to take the stock, and JaZaR just barely missing a combo because of that foresight. Forward air swatting away JaZaR and getting a grab. Mr. E puts JaZaR at the ledge once again, but a roll in down B, not sending off in the situation that JaZaR wanted. JaZaR in the player cam shaking his head a little bit, but now we are back to neutral. A good tomahawk from Mr. E, finding that Pyra grab, and now Mythra is at the ledge once again. JaZaR cannot seem to make it off.
Yep, he does not make it into the stage for quite some time. He does now, but the roll is going to get caught. Mr. E does not seem to close it out just yet, but this should do it. Oh, nope, not quite. Thought it would have been maybe an up or down throw, but it's just a forward throw to reset the edge guard once again, and JaZaR still alive. Maximum rage. Not that it should matter a ton if you've got Pyra out, but we've seen Mr. E struggle with Pyra especially. So, I'm not sure if he is going to win these exchanges. A downer, though. You know how big of a hitbox that is. Exactly, there you go. That's the downer that I'm looking for. The downer might just take away the stock from JaZaR, but not quite. We're back to Mythra, and JaZaR is still alive somehow.
Barely hanging on right now. This Dr. Mario does not want to die. Mr. E kind of struggling to find these kills. JaZaR playing patient, using these pills, looking for something, but the foresight just barely coming out and not allowing that back air to connect. And an up throw does not kill, but JaZaR swinging out of hit stun gets punished for it. Mr. E and JaZaR both sighing. Mr. E a sigh of relief, and JaZaR a sigh of disappointment as we are going into game 4. Mr. E up 2-1.
I just want to point something out real quick. Of the last 7 pills that JaZaR threw out, 5 connected, 1 hit Mr. E's shield, and 1 he was able to avoid. The pills have been landing. Like, those pills, neutral B suddenly becomes one of the greatest moves that JaZaR has at his disposal. And I did not expect to ever pronounce that sentence. But there you have it, JaZaR getting a ton out of those pills, at least forcing Mr. E to switch his routes around. But hey, we're back to FD somehow, and if you ask me, it's been a pretty close set so far on FD, like both games have been pretty close. But I still think that a platform will benefit JaZaR big time, but he brings it back here, and still, it's not that far away in terms of percentage, but he keeps getting comboed.
I feel as if the stages that Mr. E has banned are those stages that JaZaR and Dr. Mario love to go to, and JaZaR might be a little more afraid to go towards those stages, like maybe a battlefield or a small battlefield even, against a character like Pyra Mythra. And once again, we are seeing that Pyra neutral B come out, and once again, JaZaR is punishing it. That is an 0 for 3 hit rate for Mr. E, but getting popped out on the other side of the Cyclone is Mr. E that time, looking for these uppies at the ledge, and he's just going back to ledge, find your home, and rolls into the open arms of JaZaR. Back throw, taking the stock.
Back into the doctor's office, and there you have it. You're due for surgery, my boy. Where are you going? Oh no, but of course no! Oh goodness, twice over. Mr. E is kind of saved, but still, you saw that whiff. We all saw that whiff. I am not super sure if Mr. E is too confident in his swinging ability after whiffing a forward smash like that. He does find the stuck though, but every time he ends up landing like this, there's one hit being parried. The next one might connect, but it's Mythra's neutral air. It doesn't really lead to much after JaZaR is able to parry one of those hits. There's the up smash too, and not quite the edge guard just yet. The keep consistently a -2, but Mr. E has avoided all of those so far.
Up B through the ledge, going to put Mr. E away from that ledge, allowing JaZaR to make it back. But now we are just back in that neutral, back in these two players are swinging at each other, and a down air coming out, and Pill being absorbed by neutral air from Mr. E. That could have been a good situation, but down air up smash not connecting. That's too much rage on the side of Pyra. Going back to stage with that safe flaming edge, down tilt up air not connecting. This Pyra is terrifying. Up B is not going to connect. A spot dodge up smash. JaZaR taking the second stock from Mr. E, looking for a little more with this grab. Down throw, up air into the F smash, not going to connect. Trying for something big, but another forward throw, and just barely gets hit by the side B, and Mr. E makes it back.
Oh, but the down B immediately after, and another pill forcing Mr. E to air dodge. He does eventually make it back, but he had to switch to Pyra in the process. Did you see that? The up smash had already started, but JaZaR just barely shifting his hurt box and getting the hit while the up smash was going off. We are going to game 5, and whoever wins this is going to top 8.
This is both players' tournament lives right now. Game 5, going for that coveted top 8 spot. Put yourself on that graphic. That is the goal here. You want that semi-podium in the world of Super Smash Brothers. That top 8 is the place to be. That shows that you are the upper echelon of the players here at the tournament. And will it be JaZaR on Dr. Mario or Mr. E on Pyra Mythra? And we are going back to Final Destination.
Once again, the run back, the entire set, well, almost the entire set, was played on FD. Looking like MK JaZaR over here. This man has been going the distance so consistently. And I said this before, JaZaR is consistently looking for that top 8 banner. Like, I think offline, he is still yet to make that one really big tournament that everybody can talk about as a dog result by him, because there have definitely been some other dog results, but he is the one consistently looking for it. This might be his chance, but unfortunately, the beginning of this match is not really looking like it, but still, he does force Mr. E back on stage with the air dash. Oh no, with the cape, the back air, that should not be making it back. Yes, sir, the total reversal, and that's a lead for JaZaR.
JaZaR finding a way through all of Pyra and Mythra's hitboxes, getting that reversal with a cape and capitalizing off of the limited resources that Mr. E had, having to use his jump, but reading the air dodge out is JaZaR. JaZaR is feeling good right now as Mr. E is reeling, and a Foresight will finally beat out that down B super armor.
Foresight has been so clutch for Mr. E this whole set. I won't get tired of saying that. He has definitely been saved more than a few times by it. And JaZaR keeps on pulling the punches, like he is not holding back at all. Mr. E has to swing around him. And look at that, the down tilt whips too. And JaZaR going for the down B, a move that has saved him so many times in the past. And it either starts a big combo or it ends the stock for Mr. E. This time though, he is going to try to keep him at the center. Mr. E trying to keep him at bay with Pyra's huge hitboxes, and they hit pretty darn hard, 163%, and he is still alive somehow, going for the down air, does not hit, but the upper will, and Mr. E is bringing this back to even on stocks, but that percent deficit is pretty big.
1% is not what you want to see if you are Mr. E. 100% JaZaR in this game 5 has been utilizing these pills to a grand efficiency. These pills have been, as you mentioned, have had an incredible hit rate or an incredible pressure rate, has forced him to shield, has forced him to get around it, or in that case, Mr. E swinging through the pill and finding a way, but getting the grab. This advantage state has been really, really good for Mr. E, finding a way, but another pill covering the option, back air, up air, landing with an air is JaZaR, getting the back air, and now Mr. E is off stage once again, goes low with the up B, jumping away, and getting a grab is JaZaR. Great find on that neutral air.
JaZaR does put him off stage once again, and there's the upbeat call out on the landing. How many times have we said this today? Take care of your landings, everybody. You might just end up eating a fist from it. Dr. Mario's up B and forward air are two particularly strong fists, but here we go. Last stock, 0% for both of them, about as even as it can get, but stage control did belong to JaZaR for a second. Still, Mr. E able to claim a few hits here and there, but eating a ton from that one punish and the down B hits, and we do not see anybody going that far in terms of percentages yet. It's about as even as it can get, but JaZaR lands a down or two.
JaZaR trying to land aggressively against Mr. E, but the hitboxes that Pyra and Mythra can throw out are so scary, and both players whiffing these grabs, and another neutral be coming out, but finally not hitting the whiff punish is JaZaR, but getting a down throw into the up air. Now Mr. E is off stage, the back air just barely not punishing that neutral air dodge, but down air coming out from Mr. E. JaZaR covering his get back with a pill, and another up air. Mr. E at the ledge once more, Nair coming out for JaZaR, up air just barely not connecting with the grab, throwing him off stage once again. Mr. E finding it, JaZaR sawing a little bit back, down air just barely not going to connect. The back air, super scary situation. JaZaR in the corner, swinging, up smash, not connecting against Mr. E. The down air beating it out, just barely up tilt, not connecting either. And now JaZaR has to find a way in. A parry from Mr. E, getting these a pill into the up air. Now JaZaR has to get this edge guard. The down B not connecting on the up B, and JaZaR cannot fight it and gets the grab, and that's gonna be the back throw. JaZaR making it to top 8 of Delfino Raza.
We didn't even see the back throw happen. Like, the stage control was so good from JaZaR. And the stream controller was so sure that it was going to kill that we just saw the transition. We didn't even see it kill. But you know what? We know what happened. JaZaR is in top 8 of Delfino Raza. And he is going to be on that banner. And you're going to see Dr. Mario in that top 8 of this Mexican national. Shoutouts to JaZaR for that result.